Sadly, not quite.
Not quite there. Half that. But you guys sold how long before YouTube started?
So the month that our deal closed, which was October of 2005, was the first month that YouTube's audience was big enough to be measured by Comscore.
So
I think they just crossed 100,000 visitors, and we were at about 12 million.
Wow.
And then by the first quarter of the next year, they were at about 10 million. So
now, if you had kept going, would you have been able to create YouTube? Or was there something in your strategy that didn't unlock the power of video that they did when you look back on it, reconciling it now that you're not so close to it?
Yeah, I think, YouTube was one of those rare bits of lightning. It was an extraordinary thing. It was only trying to do one thing, and it did it exceptionally well, and it always worked, and it worked on every browser, on every computer. And that was pretty much lightning in a bottle. And I think it was hard for anyone, including iFilm, to compete. And we were doing different things as well. We were a much more sort of programmed, curated service. And we all know what YouTube, was and still essentially is. And no, I think there were different things, which is one of the reasons that, frequency has such a great opportunity, because despite the fact that there are billions of videos being watched every day online, it's still surprisingly difficult for people to discover stuff. I mean, most of us discover stuff that's sent through links and emails and tweets and Facebook posts, but to actually have a place where I can go and get an experience that's personal to me and is exclusively in video form, it hasn't been done. And you and I and everyone else who works in the internet industry, if there is such an industry, knows that the incumbents tend not to do what's necessary to make change for the new platforms and new ways of consuming media. We're excited as can be about what we're going to do on the iPad, because that again is going to be completely different.
It feels this feels like an iPad app to a certain extent,
doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, did you design it for the web, for the iPad? Is that the strategy?
No, we designed the browser-based version for the browser, but we've been acutely aware of the importance of the iPad since we got our paws on one. And everyone sort of mimics scrolling frequency clips right to left across the screen, and that's what we want to build, right? The idea of having this real-time feed in my hand that I can just flick through from clip to clip is sort of obvious and still missing.
You've been watching This Week in Startups. To watch the full episode, click here. To check out some other shows from This Week In, click here.